I'm John Stephenson, co-chair of the Traverse Bay Poverty Reduction Initiative.
And I'm Jim Rowlett. I'm also co-chair along with John of the Poverty Reduction Initiative. My experience was in the corporate world for about 40 years, but I've been with the Poverty Reduction Initiative since the beginning. And you know, John, one of the things that we've observed is that one-on-one help, mentoring, navigating really works in helping get people out of poverty. That's what the experts told us.
And we know it from our own experience too, with our years of work in the Poverty Reduction Initiative. We've seen it firsthand that navigating is key in making a difference in helping people move out of poverty.
John, do you remember how the Navigator idea got started? Remember back in, I think it was '07, we had our first Opportunities Conference. That's when Dr. Donna Beagle came and put on the first presentation to people that are trying to get out of poverty. And we were planning that session. And Donna said to us, do you have resources that you could bring the day that we have the Opportunity Conference? And we said, do we have resources? We've got more resources that are available to help people throughout our five-county region than you can imagine. In fact, I doubt that we can even begin to introduce all those resources in one day to the folks that need the help. And somebody in that meeting said, yes, what we really need is somebody to help people navigate to find those resources. And the term has stood ever since. Navigating has been our approach to accessing those resources.
What does it mean to be a navigator? And I think the simple answer is that you're in a position to maximize the benefits of resources that people who are struggling in poverty have available to them. As a navigator, you're in a key position to remove the barriers that often just crop up and get in the way of people making the best use they can of the resources that are available. I suppose you can think of it in terms of your own experiences. I think everybody can remember a person or key people who were instrumental or significant to them in that those people saw potential, they saw value in you as an individual. They believed in you, and they also were in a position perhaps to connect you to people who might be able to help or get over some particular issue that you might be facing or that might be a problem for you in the moment. And they helped open doors. As navigators, you will be in a key position to be able to do that very thing.
You know, John, even though we've learned a lot as we've gone along with the Navigator program, we've learned some lessons that I think didn't occur to us in the beginning. And I must say that the first one that really relates to myself is that being a navigator or a mentor or helping people one-on-one feels very threatening when you first look at the whole idea. I'm not a social worker, never have been a social worker, and the idea of trying to help people access resources to me seemed very threatening in the beginning. And we've learned some other things too.
I have been a social worker all my life, and what's interesting to me is that I believed that programs ought to be able to help people move out of poverty pretty much by themselves. What I failed to see was the importance of these individual relationships that can overcome those barriers that I mentioned before. The beauty of the Navigators is that we become a network in and of ourselves that we can connect people to through our own connections. And we become a whole resource network that not only help those individuals who are struggling in poverty, but we're a support to each other. And that's one of the things I think that's key in helping us realize that being a navigator really isn't that hard because we've got this extensive support system. And I think another important aspect of being a navigator is that you get the realization that you're not only helping individuals who are struggling, but what you walk away with is the realization that you're helping yourself as well. You help yourself grow as an individual, and you certainly have great satisfaction in the knowledge of what you're doing to help others, and really in helping your whole community at the same time.